We've all seen it before. That person who walks into a room and immediately commands the attention of everyone there. No flashy clothes, no outrageous behavior, just a quiet confidence that seems to radiate from them. It's as though they have some invisible aura that draws people in, making them feel intrigued, curious, and even captivated by their presence. But here's the thing. What if I told you that this kind of seduction wasn't about looks or over-the-top charm? What if there was a technique, a psychological method, that breaks all the traditional rules of attraction? A way to seduce anyone without ever trying too hard? I know it sounds almost too good to be true, right? But this is exactly what we're diving into today. There's a technique so powerful, so subtle, that it works on everyone from casual acquaintances to potential romantic partners. And it's rooted in the dark arts of Machiavellian psychology. In this video, we're going to uncover the technique that has been used for centuries to manipulate and captivate others without them even realizing it. It's not about tricks or gimmicks. It's about understanding the psychology of desire and using it to your advantage. So if you're ready to break all the rules and learn how to seduce without limits, keep watching. Let's get one thing straight before we begin. This technique isn't about being deceptive, manipulative, or playing people. It's about mastering the psychological dynamics that control human interaction, understanding what people desire deep down, and knowing how to subtly influence their emotions, behaviors, and reactions. When you break it down, seduction is nothing more than creating a space where someone is irresistibly drawn to you. Not just because of what you say, but because of how you make them feel. Now you might be wondering, why is this important? Isn't seduction something that's just reserved for dating or romantic relationships? The answer is simple. No, seduction is not just about romance. It's about influence, power, and connection. Whether you're trying to build stronger friendships, win over clients, or even lead a team at work, the principles of seduction can apply to every aspect of your life. In fact, once you master these techniques, you'll realize that seduction isn't something reserved for the few. It's a skill that anyone can learn. Let's start with the most important element of this seduction technique: power. And no, I'm not talking about power in the traditional sense, like being the loudest person in the room or having the highest title. What I'm talking about is the kind of quiet, unshakable power that comes from within. The kind of power that says, I don't need to prove myself to anyone. I am enough as I am. When you have that kind of inner confidence, people are drawn to you. They can sense it. You don't have to shout to be heard or compete for attention. The most seductive people are the ones who can stand in a room full of people and not need to say a word to make an impact. They know their worth, and they carry that energy with them everywhere they go. Take a look at some of the most influential people in the world. Think of politicians, celebrities, or even just charismatic people you know. Do they try to dominate the conversation or constantly talk about themselves? No, they listen more than they speak. They have the ability to remain calm and poised under pressure, never getting flustered. And that calmness, that certainty, is what draws others to them. It's not about being perfect. It's about being real, comfortable in your own skin, and not needing to chase after anyone's approval. This leads us to the second key concept in seduction: emotional distance. One of the biggest mistakes people make when trying to seduce someone is that they give too much away too soon. They overshare their emotions, their thoughts, and their feelings, thinking that this will make them more relatable or lovable. But in reality, giving too much of yourself away too soon can make you seem desperate or needy. The secret to true seduction lies in creating a sense of emotional mystery. When you keep some of your thoughts and feelings to yourself, you leave people wanting more. You allow them to fill in the gaps, to imagine who you are and what's going on in your mind. This emotional distance isn't about being cold or distant. It's about being selective with how much of yourself you reveal. When you keep a little mystery, people start to wonder about you. They want to know more, to figure you out. And that intrigue is what makes you irresistible. Think about it. When you're watching a movie or reading a book, isn't the most captivating character The one who doesn't reveal everything at once? The character who has layers, who keeps you guessing? That's the same dynamic at work here. The more you make people wonder, the more they will be drawn to you. Next up, let's talk about influence. One of the most seductive traits a person can have is the ability to influence others without seeming pushy or controlling. This doesn't mean forcing someone to do what you want. Instead, it's about gently guiding them in the direction you want them to go by using subtle psychological cues. One of the most effective ways to influence someone is by listening and mirroring their behaviors. Now, this might sound simple, but the power behind it is immense. People love to feel understood, and when you actively listen to someone, you not only hear their words, you observe their body language, their tone and their emotions. Then, when you respond by mirroring those feelings, you create an unspoken connection. This is what makes people feel seen and heard, and it's incredibly seductive. You might have noticed this with charismatic leaders or public speakers. They don't just talk to people, they make them feel like they're part of something bigger. They mirror their audience's emotions, thoughts, and desires, and in doing so, they create a bond that draws people to them. The subtle act of mirroring can make someone feel an almost magnetic connection to you because it taps into their subconscious need for validation. Now, let's address a concept that may sound a bit counterintuitive: assertive vulnerability. This is the idea that showing your flaws can actually make you more attractive. Wait, what? Yes, you heard that right. But here's the key. It's not about being insecure or fragile. It's about owning your flaws with confidence. Think about it. We all have weaknesses. But when you show yours with grace and without apologizing for them, you come across as someone who is secure in who they are. This creates a deeper emotional connection with others because it allows them to feel like they don't have to be perfect either. They see that you're not afraid to embrace your imperfections, and that gives them the courage to do the same. It's like a secret invitation to be real with each other. And in the world of seduction, realness is incredibly powerful. Lastly, let's talk about scarcity. This is one of the oldest tricks in the book, and for a good reason. It works. When you're constantly available to people, they start to take your attention for granted. But when you create a sense of scarcity, when your time, your attention, or your presence feels like a rare commodity, people start to value it more. They feel like they have to earn it. And that's when the real seduction begins. This isn't about playing games or being manipulative. It's about setting boundaries and protecting your own time. When you become selective about when and how you engage with others, you raise your perceived value. People want what they can't have. And when you make your presence feel like something to be earned, you become that much more alluring. Now, to wrap it all up, the technique we've talked about today is about much more than just romantic seduction. It's about mastering the subtle art of influence, power, and connection. It's about understanding human psychology and using that knowledge to navigate relationships, whether they're personal, professional, or social. The key to seducing without limits is to stop chasing approval and start embracing the qualities that make you unique: confidence, emotional distance, listening, vulnerability, and scarcity. If you take anything away from this video, let it be this: seduction isn't about playing games or being something you're not. It's about being so grounded in who you are, so secure in your own worth, that others are naturally drawn to you. When you embrace these techniques, you'll not only break all the traditional rules, you'll rewrite them entirely. So, if you enjoyed this breakdown of seduction and Machiavellian psychology, hit that like button, leave a comment below, and let me know your thoughts. Have you ever used any of these techniques in your own life? And if you want to keep learning about influence, psychology, and how to master the art of seduction in every aspect of life, make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.